Hey, it's Clay at claytrader.com. This will be a live trade video where I try to capture some of my trades as they play out live. Real quick, when I say live, what I mean is that I'm recording myself right now in real time, seeing the information, seeing the data for the very first time. And in other words, I don't know what's coming next. So to respect your time, if you are looking for a video where somebody's got hindsight and doing a trade recap or something like that, then this will not be a video for you. But if you are open to the idea of an unscripted, nitty-gritty look into what it's like to be a day trader and how day trading can play out, I'm confident you'll find some value here in this video. So I will pause the recording software for now, and I'll be back at market open. All right, watching 219.50 as a potential short here on Nvidia. Short meaning making money if prices go down. In at 219.75. So jumped on a little soon, but I think some downwards pressure has a good chance of showing up here. So let's see if this thing can come down. So took off 50 there. Could still be a losing trade. Took off another 50. Took off another 50. Still have 200 shares. So let's see if this thing wants to get more continuation to the downside here. Or does it want to bounce? So took off another 50 there. It's hesitating a bit. All right, I don't like that movement. So all out there. So a nice little $200 trade. But now as I look at Tesla, thinking same potential at 204. Let me get this alerted real quick to the private community. 204 flush point, 1 minute. Although this thing continues to grind higher. What is that level right? Oh, missed that. So that's the gap close location right there. So yeah. We'll see if it wants to come up some more. Nvidia though right now feeling good about how I played that one, because you can see here green candle. So you saw it was there. It was starting to come down, and then it just decided not to play ball. It may come back down though, so I may be looking to potentially get back into it. But as far as that trade was concerned, as you saw, it just didn't want to quite work out. I was positioned. I was ready. I had my shares. It was all just a question of, all right, are you going to break in my favor? Are you really going to come in my favor? And it didn't. So I played that one. I feel very well because, again, to emphasize, I was ready. I was positioned to take advantage. It just ultimately did not work out. 219 though. Once again, interesting level down there. 219. Yeah, really just a question of, do I want to potentially give back my gains? And I'm only up 200, so I don't want to sound like I'm a greedy savage. But now if I was up 2,000, I'm saying, okay, I could potentially give back my gains. Then that's a little sketchy, but we'll see what happens. If this wants to come back up and then come back down again, you just have to take that trade at that point. So if this thing wants to get back up over 220 and then come back down, like I said, in my mind, okay, there we go. Okay. Doing exactly what I said. So 219.50 is back on the table if it wants to come into play. Again, now watching 219.50. Now, I don't know if it will come back into play again. This is live. I don't know what's going to happen next, but if it does, because to be fair, maybe this is a truly strong move. And as of now, it's seeming like that is the case. So yeah, never mind on that one because the risk profile has changed. I would be interested up around 222 though. If this move wants to continue, then so be it. But yeah, as far as that trade plan is concerned, never mind at 219.50. Let's hop back over here to Tesla. Okay, Tesla, yeah, looking quite interesting. 206.50, some potential. If it wants to continue on up. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. Well, in hindsight, shoulda, coulda, woulda. Although I could play the back test here. 219.35. Okay, I'm interested in 219.35. 219.35. Let me make sure. Just want to there you go. Would hate to type in the wrong number. I've done that before, and then all of a sudden you're in when you don't actually want to be in. So if this thing wants to come upwards, fantastic. So yeah, in hindsight, I should have just still taken that 219.50, but like I said, things had changed a bit, and I was not willing to do that. But I am willing if this wants to come back up to 219.35. So in trading jargon, looking to try to play some sort of back test here. But does the back test happen? No idea. So if this thing continues to drop down, then I'll be sitting there saying I should have just gotten in right now. But if it goes back up and I get in right now, I'll be saying, why didn't I wait, right? Welcome to the wonderful world of not having hindsight in your favor. All right, I'll go ahead and pause. All right, watching 201 here on Tesla for a potential short. 100 shares. So if I'm wrong, basically going to go back to break even, maybe even red depending on slippage if I'm wrong. But first need to see it come down to 201. Oh no. Whoops. I turned away to check out another chart of Nvidia, but when I looked back, it had already made the move. Oh, that area, interesting. 20, yeah, maybe that's the level. In fact, just to point that out, you can see already in the chat room I had mentioned 235 as a key level right there. And look right where it bounced from again. 200, basically, what was the low of that candle? 236. Interesting. So, you know what? I'm going to readvise. That's going to be apparently more so the key level to watch. Although I do like 203 as, you know, a level. That would be my preferred one, is that 203 area. But yeah, this level down here just has become that much more interesting after seeing that candle right there play out. All right, I will go ahead and pause. I'm now watching 200 as my entry point because I want to see if it can clear that area where it's bounced several times before. Once again, check it out, right off that level. So let's see if it can actually push down through there, because there's no doubt about it, a lot of buyers are currently at that level. So there's no way I'm going to go short if there's a bunch of buyers out there at that apparent location. So continue to watch, but my confirmation at this point for me is going to be $200, and then at that point it'll be a breakdown or get out. But step one is, let's see if it even can get down to that $200 mark. So I'll pause for now. Okay, coming down. In at 221, so got in a little soon, but like I said, the idea here is that I think that was the breakdown. I think that's going to be the level that should start to get this thing moving in the downwards direction. And it's also going to depend on, does the market want to come back down, which I believe that it does. So I'll keep the markets over here, because if this candle continues to get red, then Tesla should continue to get red. 200 will be a key level. Big old round number, but let's see if it can break down through there. There is the break. Good. So took off 100 there, half. No. All right, out. So basically a nothing burger. That should have been it. May still go, but when it started to come back up, I didn't like that at all. So it may still go, but that was not, my thesis was comes down and it's just going to be stop losses galore. And that didn't really happen. In fact, it started to bounce back upward. So that's why I decided to, I was wrong in the sense of the time that it would happen. So again, still very well may come down, but in my mind, I think there's a high likelihood that we could be looking at a double bottom here all of a sudden, because it did break and it got exciting for a moment, and then as you can see, it's just putzing around here all of a sudden. So that tells me that, okay, there weren't a bunch of people panicking. If anything, there's a bunch of people buying right now, which is obviously what's preventing the price from going down any further. And if this buying continue, then we're going to be looking at a double bottom here, and we're going to be looking at, a green candle and potentially bigger. Again, could still roll over. Maybe these buyers get overwhelmed, but and there we go. See, so my thought process was when it was broken. Good. Now that was the key. That was the key. Not maybe in a couple more candles, which could still happen, but right then and there. So because of that, I had to acknowledge, okay, I got the timing wrong there. But the good news is even being wrong, I was still able to make $33. So, I mean, it's not like you have to be a perfect trader. You can still make money. even if you're wrong. Bummer. That was such a good setup. I mean, I still did get what? Almost not quite $1. Yeah. I'm talking in hindsight now because I was thinking chance to break those lows, but it didn't. That break did not cause nearly as much panic as what I thought it would. And I mean, check it out. The buyers are still here strong. Really, are the buyers going to take back over? Is this thing going to head back up? Because right now, this would be a losing trade for me. Disappointing. So twice now I've had myself positioned. I've been there. I've been in the opportunity to take advantage of the opportunity. The problem is there just hasn't been any sort of follow through. There hasn't been any sort of bigger opportunity. And that's how it goes as traders. Sometimes you trade it well, you're managing the trade, you're in the spot where, okay, I'm here, I'm ready. Now I just need the move. Now I just need the continuation in technical jargon. Because all trades I've made money because I've gotten somewhat of a move. So by managing the trade, I ensured that I put some profits in my pocket. But for the bigger move, or in terms of technical definitions, for the continuation, I still had shares. I was prepared for that. But as we saw in both situations, there was no continuation. So I was positioned well. I was prepared to take advantage of the continuation, but there just wasn't any continuation. And that's how it goes sometimes. But on the bright side, sometimes you do get that continuation. And when you get that continuation, that's where your gains are going to be much bigger. So that's just kind of the day right now. And like I said, hopefully there's a little bit of encouragement in this that, you know what, today was a day where I traded well. I managed my trades well. Based on what we just talked about, that's, I get it. Because somebody's going to say, well, if you would have managed it well, you would have sold the top and bought the bottom, and you would have bought the bottom and sold the top. It's like, okay, true, but in a more practical, real world sense, when you don't have hindsight, then I managed it well. Took profits, ensured that they would be winning trades, and then I was ready. And I was waiting for that continuation, and it just didn't happen. But under those circumstances where, in some senses, I was wrong because I thought there would be continuation and there wasn't, but I'm still walking away with $236 with commissions. I don't know, let's call it $225. So $225, it's $9.58 in 30 minutes, when in all actuality, things really didn't go in my favor because I got no continuation with it. And look at Tesla. I'm kind of stalling here just so we can see this, but yeah, totally not what I thought. Still may come down, but not anywhere close to the time that I thought it would potentially happen. But like I said, 30 minutes, $225 on a day where things worked, but not really. I'm quite grateful, and it just goes to show that it's okay. You don't have to have trades go perfectly how you think they're going to go. Even if they go kind of a little bit, when you have trade management, you can still make money from it. So don't show up as a beginner or somebody getting started thinking that you have to be a flawless trader. You have to be absolutely pristinely correct in all your thoughts and assumptions. That's just not true, because sometimes you'll be in the spot, you'll be ready, you'll have yourself positioned, and then you don't get any continuation, and it is what it is, and that's what you witnessed here. So I hope that helps. Hope that kind of just shows how things go. Again, I had no idea that this is how things were going to play out, but it is, and I think that's why these videos are popular, because they're showing the real thing where I didn't know that's what was going to be the learning lesson here, but that sort of is the learning lesson. And I'm stalling because are you going to break down or not, Tesla? Come on. Are you going to break down or not? It just goes the longer this thing putzes around, the more and more wrong it shows how I was, because I thought that break there was going to cause the sellers the buyers to bail, to leave. And very clearly they have not left because they caused a little bounce there. They're still buying. So maybe now are the buyers finally getting overwhelmed? I don't know. But regardless, I'm going to go ahead and call it good. 10 o'clock now officially, with the past couple of minutes me not blabbing. I've explained. Hopefully it's helped out. Hopefully it's built up some encouragement. There we go. Now they're seemingly starting to get overwhelmed. But yeah, so you could say I was not patient enough. And I hear you, but again, that was not the premise. My premise was I'm not going to need a bunch of patience here, because if this thing breaks, it's a breakdown or get out. And I got the break, but there was just no continuation. And there it finally goes. So if you chose to take a trade that required patience on this one, congratulations. You chose properly. I chose poorly. And that's how it goes sometimes, because you also know that sometimes if you choose to be patient, you're going to end up losing money, whereas a person that chose to be quick like I did is going to walk away making money. So the markets are a very give and take. That's why there's no perfect way to go about it, because sometimes one strategy is going to be right, another strategy is going to be wrong, and vice versa. So that's all I have. And yes, I continue to stall because I'm just trying to see how bad this breakdown gets. But yeah, so I was right. Tesla did want to come down, but my timing was wrong. And that's how it goes sometimes. So I'll take the 225 in 30 minutes. I'm going to move on with my day. If you're wondering why are you moving on, I do this as a side hustle, and I say side hustle because I have many other streams of income. So I do this just as some extra money, so I can go and because I chase time now. That's the main commodity. I don't care about a Lamborghini. That's fine if you want one. I don't care about a private jet. That's fine if you want one. But for me, father of 5 kids, I want the freedom of time. And yeah, $225 in 30 minutes. Not too bad. I'll take that. I am not a greedy savage. So everybody take care. Have a good one. And yeah, just realize that sometimes you'll be positioned properly and you just won't get continuation. Doesn't mean you're a bad trader. It just means that's how the markets go sometimes. Take care. If you enjoy these, hit that like button. Leave a comment down below. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.